Hi, I'm Congressman Scott Perry. At the beginning of each week the Congress is in session, I send out a brief update about the bills the House of Representatives likely will consider. The bills for this week are as follows: H.R. 876, the Idaho Wilderness Water Resources Protection Act, which authorizes the Secretary of Agriculture to transfer title to an 80-acre parcel of land to Brigham Young University that's part of the National Forest System. H.R. 253, the Mountain Access Enhancement Act, which requires the BYU continue to allow public access to the portions of the Y Mountain Trail on the newly transferred land as well as lands BYU already owns. We're going to look at re-amending the Senate amendment to H.R. 588, the Vietnam Veterans Donor Acknowledgement Act of 2013, which expanded the bill's authority to apply to all monuments and memorials dedicated after 2010 under the Commemorative Works Act, and provides an extension for the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund to raise funds. H.R. 520, the Buffalo Soldiers in the National Park Study Act, which directs the Secretary of the Interior to conduct a study of alternatives for commemorating and interpreting the roles of the Buffalo Soldiers in the early years of the national parks. H.R. 674, the Rota Cultural and Natural Resources Study Act, which directs the Secretary of the Interior to carry out a study regarding the suitability and feasibility of designating prehistoric, historic, and limestone forest sites located on the island of Rota in the Mariana Islands as part of the National Park System. H.R. 862, which authorizes the transfer of two small parcels of land within the boundaries of the Coconino National Forest in Arizona. H.R. 1896, the International Child Support Recovery Improvement Act of 2013, which amends the Social Security Act to ensure that the U.S. can comply with the obligations of the Hague Convention for International Recovery of Child Support and other forms of family maintenance. H.R. 475, which amends the IRS code to include vaccines against seasonal influenza with the definition of taxable vaccines. H.R. 1151, which directs the Secretary of State to develop a strategy to obtain observer status for Taiwan at the Triennial International Civil Aviation Organization Assembly. H.R. 1797, the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act, which would provide that abortions after 20 weeks of unborn children capable of feeling pain are prohibited unless it's necessary to save the life of the mother. And finally, H.R. 1947, the Federal Agriculture Reform and Risk Management Act of 2013, otherwise known as the Farm Bill, which provides for the reform and continuation of agricultural and other programs of the Department of Agriculture through fiscal year 2018. If you have any questions or I may be of assistance to you or your family in any way, please contact me at perry.house.gov. That's perry.house.gov. Again, I'm Scott Perry, and I hope you have a fantastic week.